Hello, everyone, and welcome.
Hi.
Oh, wait,
How's
you've got
everyone doing?
friends today. I thought those. Do you have friends near you?
Do I have what near me?
Do you have friends in your background?
You could call them that. If by friends you mean people I wish would move, then sure.
Yeah, Rachel has some rowdy neighbors.
I'm sorry. I was hoping
Round it
you
out.
wouldn't be able to hear them.
No, it's all good. We will persist forward because I am excited to be with you today,
I'm so
Rachel.
excited. Yes.
Rachel's come up with 2 designs using double drill gems. She convinced me to get them to stock them in the shop again because it's been a bit since I've had them.
Yeah,
And,
that's where I got these from. I bought them last time you had them, and then I was like, maybe I should make something with these.
and I love what you came up with. So Rachel came up with a bracelet and earrings. Also, just hello everyone. Say hi in the comments. We love having friends to bead with. I see lots of familiar faces in the comments.
Yes, I am fancy today, Shara. Absolutely.
Are you wearing tassel earrings?
I am. I'm wearing my tassel earrings.
Oh my goodness. With the rhinestones from the April. Oh no, those are your own rhinestones, right?
They're vintage, but
Yeah.
they look almost exactly like the ones from the April bead box. But I am wearing 2 things I created with pieces from the April bead box.
Wait, let me zoom in. Here we go. Ooh, is that garnet?
It is, and the green CZs. I'm testing it out because I've never used elastic cord before and I don't trust it. So I'm testing it out before I decide if I'm going to sell it or not.
Yeah, I've always found elastic. I never had issues with it, but like it's just the thing you always hear about that like won't last. Like
Childhood traumatized me. So
I
with
know.
elastic. So
I know people have shared in Gem Chat about like some people have like their methods for elastic. They have like brands they like, and they sometimes double up.
Yeah, I did get a recommendation for this brand, but the one that I used is not the one she recommended to me. It's a little bit thinner because the holes on the garnets were not huge. So we'll see. I feel like it'll be fine, but I'm one of those people that wants to test things, so I'll take it and go like this and then be surprised when it breaks. So
yeah, maybe yikes.
Yeah. I'm thinking about just sending her all the elastic I bought and being like, I don't trust it. I know you do. Please take it.
Yeah, there's something so satisfying about beading wire because it's steel, and I'm just like,
yeah,
I steel. Nothing's gonna happen to the steel. Alrighty, so this is the bracelet that Rachel came up with.
Yes, this is the bracelet, and I have the earrings here. So I figured we'd see what people wanted to start with. I wish it was brighter. Where's my mirror? Is that any different? There we go. No, it's not any better, but it's okay. So here's the bracelet. I feel like there we go. That's better. My camera quality looks great on my phone, not so great on my computer.
No, it's really clear on my end.
Oh, okay, good. It was like not clear at all on my computer, but that could also just be my Wi-Fi. And then these are the earrings. So, do you have a preference for what we start with?
Oh my god, totally not. I'm just obsessed with both because each are kind of their own technique. The bracelet,
yeah, but they kind of go together. If not this pair, but this pair goes a little bit more with them. I thought I had another pair that went even more, but everything is a mess in here right now, and I honestly couldn't even tell you where they are.
Rachel, we've got you stringing so much. Who would have known that would be one of the results of this last year?
That's so funny. Yeah, after years and years of not.
I just feel like you were like, I'm gonna figure this out. And you did. And like
I was very excited to figure it out. Because I was like, everyone starts with it. So I felt like I don't know. I was like, I can't believe I'm the only one that can't do this. I'm gonna move this mirror. I don't think it's helping, but
I love where you've taken it, because here we have a 2-strand technique for the bracelet, and then I love the mix of the double drilled with
this
the little...
is actually a 2-strand technique too.
Oh, sweet.
So we're getting votes. I've got 2 votes, and they both say bracelet. So we're gonna start with the bracelet.
Nice. Oh,
so
one
for
thing
the
I want to ask at the beginning of each class is, if one of us is louder, please tell us now so that I know, because we have no sense of that. Anyway, now we can begin, and I will look at the comments.
Okay, so we're going to be using, I hope I have enough. We're going to be using Soft Flex Fine for this. And if your little accent beads have a bigger hole, you can use the medium. But another reason why I did this is because I'm going to put both strands through the crimp beads. And I know the 2x2 millimeter crimp beads can fit 3 strands, so I can show you a way to do that. But I've lost my train of thought. Anyway, so this bead right here needs to be able to fit 2 strands through. And since I wanted my accent beads to be pretty small, because I mean, the double drills are pretty big, but they're not huge. So I feel like any bigger than 4 millimeters would be kind of really big. So the fine will fit. These are the crystals that shall not be named, and the fine fits through this twice.
The fine Austrian crystal.
Yes, fine Austrian crystal that doesn't want to be acknowledged by name anymore. So I'm going to start with, you just want to make sure you give yourself enough wire. This is going to probably waste a little bit. You could double it over, but I wanted it to look the same on both sides, so I did not do that. So I cut 2 pieces that are about 8 inches in length. And the nice thing about the whenever I make bracelets is that I put an extender chain on them. That's what I've started doing with all of them, because I honestly, I never really made many bracelets prior to. I remember last year you were like, "Can we make a bracelet?" And I was always like, "I don't make bracelets."
Right.
So I'm gonna make
earrings and some necklaces.
Yeah, I know, mostly earrings. I love earrings. I make a lot of earrings. I feel like earrings are so much easier to sell too, because they don't really have a size like bracelets, necklaces, and rings.
But also,
sorry,
I also like the ratio of like the time input to make a pair of earrings is usually like the quickest to the outcome you want, which is why my box is like mostly earrings.
Yeah. So so if you don't end up like not cutting enough length, or 8 inches should definitely be enough for you, but if for some reason it's not, then you can always add an extender chain. My ruler, I only took out the tiny ruler today though. And it doesn't have to be exact, because we're going to be crimping it and then adding it to some chain, which I did not get out, but I can see it. So I'm just cutting 2 pieces. And again, this is Soft Flex Fine. And then I'm going to use these ones today. Did I get these ones from you? Because they were not labeled in my beat box.
Yeah, I think so. They look like a Russian Amazonite to me.
Okay, perfect. So there goes my next question of asking what they are. So
they don't sell those anymore, I don't think.
They're really pretty. I made another design when I was trying to come up with what we would do for the class, but I liked this design better. So I'm going to use, come on, please be unstuck. There we go. I'm going to use these little emeralds I have, and then I was going to pair it with pyrite, and I just realized that I think I have a bigger, these are the exact same pyrite, and I have them in 2 different containers. You know I love me some pyrite.
Oh, of course I do. I mean, it's the same like tones, similar to hematite, which just pairs so well with. It's more like muted hematite, which makes it really nice.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know why I took out so many of those. So you're gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the center beads. So that's gonna be my pyrite, and then you'll need a bunch of the other beads. And I'm just using 5 of these. You could absolutely keep going if it's you want to do like the whole bracelet like that, and you have a clasp that has 2 spots. You could also just crimp each strand to one of the little hooks in the clasp. You know what I'm talking about? Like a clasp that's meant for double strand bracelets.
Yeah.
You could do that if you wanted and not even worry about crimping them together like this. So it's really up to you. I'm going to show you how to crimp them together. So we're going to start with stringing our beads. And I'm going to do 5 of the base beads. So these ones. These emeralds are a little bit hard to string, but emerald is the May gemstone. So I felt like I needed to use it. So we could, what was I going to say? We could, I don't like to finish off the edges until I'm done, but you could absolutely finish off the edge first. Do you think that's easier? Do you think I should do that first?
Oh, I mean, I'm totally fine to see your process. I'm assuming you use a bead stopper while you assemble the whole thing.
No, I don't.
Oh.
I'm a rebel.
You have any bead stoppers?
I do. I don't. I could use a bead stopper.
You don't have to. I'm not going to force you to do anything.
I don't really ever use. I use them when I'm making stuff. If I'm like braiding like 6 strands together or something, I would use them. But let's see. I like not using them because then I don't have to push the beads down. They're just already down at that end. I never realized they had a right way and a wrong way until just now. Okay. 5 on each side. We're going again, but you want to make sure to leave yourself like enough room at the end to still have room to crimp it because you don't want to be struggling. This Band-Aid is really getting in my way.
But it's a
right? Yeah, it is. I bashed my thumb literally right before I came on here. I'm like trying to connect and my boyfriend's like fixing my finger behind me.
Oh my gosh, Rachel. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I hit it on the corner of my desk because I was fixing pushing something over there, and I just like banged it. I cannot get these through. Maybe we won't use the emeralds. I got like 2 through, and then I undid it, and now I can't do it anymore. There we go. 1, 2. That's the one thing I like about wire work is I feel like it's more hands-on design time than like hands-on working time than me just putting beads on a wire. Jeez Louise, they keep flying off. These emeralds are not from you, and they are definitely not drilled exactly in the center.
What if you flip it the other direction? Sometimes the burr hole is bigger on one side.
It is, but I also can't really see it very well. I think I need my thumbnail is longer than
the bead. So tiny.
Yes. And my thumbnail isn't even that long. I don't know how people function with like really long nails, like the fake nails. I put holes in things with those. Like it just doesn't work for me. Oy vey. All right, we're changing the design. I'm not using these emeralds anymore. I'll do that on my own time.
What are we going to switch to?
We're going to switch. I wanted to pair those with those. So we're going to switch to the rest of the strand of my Red Creek. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, cool. And we'll use a smaller pyrite. And then I don't know what the center bead will be.
Ooh, so our main bead is now pyrite. I love it.
Yeah, our main bead is now pyrite because
this is not just time with Rachel. This is also fun.
Rachel's figuring it out.
And now we need the center bead is what we're going for.
Yeah. I feel like, no, I don't want that. I don't know.
What do you have in like the green spectrum?
That's a good question. What have you had in the green spectrum?
I of course think of the jade, turquoise.
The jade's so small. I have turquoise. I don't know if it's gonna go though. These are much more what right now.
What about those little Red Creek rounds you had, like the 4 6 millimeter?
I don't remember what you're talking about.
Shira says spinel. Oh, now
That's
she's
black.
so
I only have black.
Yeah, black spinel.
It's more brown. Oh, I know. Maybe this.
What do you got? What is that? Tiger?
No, I hate it. I hate it.
I feel like we're getting a peek into Rachel's.
This is why I pick out my beads ahead of time. Because otherwise it takes forever. That's why I've already got everything like set out before we start.
Angela says pink or rose.
I was thinking about my the pink opals I got from you, but I just did that combo the other day.
Alrighty, we gotta make this bracelet.
I know this is stressing me out.
I don't want to stress you out, but I gotta stress you out.
I know. Okay, really, you know what? Let's just start stringing these. And yeah, everything would have just been wonderful if I knew what I was doing now. But I did forget that we actually need a bead at the end. You know what? I'm going to use my mixed quartz rounds, and I'm just going to pick out all the green ones.
Nice.
Okay. So scratch the stringing 5 beads to begin with. You could still do that, but you're going to put one on the end. The one that pinches them together. All right. I love these mixed quartz rounds. Come on, buddy. Go through the hole.
I feel like you were like the OG person that was obsessed with those.
I love them. They, everyone was obsessed after I made that bracelet with them.
Or the earrings.
Or not the bracelet, the earrings. We're making a bracelet right now. I made earrings before. Yeah, this is like going a lot quicker. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's no reason for the number 5. I like to use odd numbers, and in between the beads, I do 3. So I wanted the edges to be a little bit longer, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you can really do however many beads you want. I'm doing this many. Ooh, I could use the yellow of the mixed quartz too. That'd be pretty. I'm a little mad about my emeralds, not gonna lie. This is gonna be so much faster though. I've already a little mad. I have some extra fine soft flex, so maybe I will attempt again off camera later.
That's smart. Yeah, those Indian cuts give us trouble on these lives sometimes. Do you remember, like the first knotting class Danielle, like the holes are just small. It's their own little challenge.
And it's funny because like on the emeralds, like one side you can definitely see the hole, and on the other side you're like, but is there a hole? Boyfriend said he was gonna bring me a soda water, and he did not.
Maybe he's
watching his Dungeons and Dragons show. Okay, so we've got our first bead on there, and I'm gonna go ahead and string 3 more pyrites on each side. So 3 more of my main accent bead on each side.
It seems like you've been designing a whole lot lately. Seeing all your posts. Have you been on a little beading roll, Rachel?
Well, some of it is hang on. After you've done the 3, then you're gonna put your accent bead again. So some of it is stuff that I had made before and just never photographed, and then some of it is new. Yeah. I've been trying. I have to have new stuff for the shop. So no, I did make a bunch of like new tiny earrings with the well, I made those a while ago actually, with the little butterflies from the March bead box.
Yeah.
I made a bunch of tiny earrings with that. Why could I get this through? This is why I say, like, you're probably not going to be able to use medium soft flex unless you have beads with a big hole, because some
Oh,
of
is that where
these...
you're right now? You're using medium?
No, I said you're
You're using
probably not going
fine.
to be able to use
Yeah.
medium, because even with the fine, like, some of them
Yeah. Okay.
are
So
giving me problems.
Rachel's doing the center bead, and that's what has the 2 strands going through it.
Yes. So your main accent beads doesn't have to have 2 strands through it. There we go. Okay. That first one went on so easy. I do have a tip. Oh man, just dropped the bead. I do have a tip though for when you're trying to get your bead on 2 strands. Don't push them both through at the same time. Do it one at a time. So you hold this like this and then put one on and then kind of push it through this. Because when you try to do them both at the same time, they end up like doing that. It's a pain. So it's easier if you kind of like alternate where they're at
Mm-hmm.
and then just string them on that way. And the
So,
nice thing about that is, unlike thread, it will not fray because it is wire. Who what?
who what? Who is beading along with us today? This feels like a
You were
project
going to
that's
say
really
that.
nice to that you could definitely follow along with, because you could
Because it's taking me so long to string this. Is that what you're
because
saying?
you could use any beads you want to. Shara said we should have a movement bead every day in May. Are you gonna be the leader of this movement, Shara? You're a busy lady, Shara. That's very ambitious.
She is. I'm astounded with all the new members in Gem Chat. I'm like, how does she even have time for that?
Shara is a force of nature. If you do not know, Shara runs the Gem Chat group, the Sam's Bead Shop Bead Chat group. So she's somehow moderates that so well.
I can't even imagine that. Oh, okay. So when I strung on my next 3, I put the next one of these beads on there. Next one of my double drills.
I like that your center bead has a contrast to the other small beads.
Yeah, so that's kind of why I was struggling to pick one, is because I wanted to make sure like it went with it, but it also had contrast, and there's so many colors in the Red Creek. It's like, which do I even try to draw out?
Right. Right.
Are there more double drills going up in New Bead Sunday, Sam?
I think I intentionally did the rest of them in that last live sale.
Okay.
But I have to get some restocks in, and I could pick out a few more stones too.
I feel like I sent you a list of like 100 stones.
And I got a lot of that. The one that really stuck out to me is you wanted the sunset mookaite, so I got
Those
that.
were so pretty, and I'm gonna have to get, if they didn't all sell out, I'm gonna have to get some on Sunday or put on the wait list. Those were so pretty.
I'm kind of obsessed.
I had to par down my cart the other day.
Sad day.
I know. Well, we're trying to move, so I gotta budget.
There are priorities.
And by budget, I mean instead of buying all the beads that I'm not supposed to be buying, just buy some of the beads.
Right. Right.
So when you do this, you want to kind of push it down as you go, because then you're going to have to go fix it at the end if you don't. So I'm just kind of tugging it a little bit just to kind of, it's okay if there's little gaps, but personally, I did not want like big gaps. Makes it a little bit more wonky. More pyrite.
What do you think? Do you like my new setup, Rachel? It's my new like alternative setup if I'm not at the office.
Yes.
It feels a lot.
I can hear your roommate though.
Oh crap. Yeah, we're in a very old house and there's no soundproofing.
I like old houses. Do you have any ghosts?
I haven't met one yet. Maybe soon. I did wake up the other day and I thought like my room was talking to me. Because I just kept hearing this like sound, like these small sounds from a very distinct place in the room. And it turns out it was just my roommate trying to like fully close the Jack and Jill bathroom door so they wouldn't wake up then. I was just like, what is happening? I was not awake.
So I'm just repeating the same thing over and over, basically. I like with the pyrite, it looks like a little star. The pyrite's a little bit smaller than the rutilated quartz I used on the last one. So this pyrite's probably about 2 millimeters, and then this is what it would look like. I think these are like 3.5 millimeters. So you can definitely get different looks literally just by changing up the bead. What time is it? Okay. We're almost there. What do you guys usually do while you're beading? Do you usually like watch shows? Are you on like the phone? Are you on just listening to music, podcasts? Do you like silence?
What about you, Rachel?
I usually have a show on. But I'm sort of trying to get out of that habit because I feel like it cuts down on my productivity a little bit. But it's not going so well cutting out that habit.
I mean, you also want to keep beading enjoyable for yourself.
Yeah.
Like that's important.
I was trying to do like music instead of a show, but sometimes I'm just not in the mood.
Like a podcast?
Yeah, but I feel like, well, a lot of the shows I watch, I don't watch a whole lot of new stuff it's kind of stuff I've already seen. So if I zone out for a minute, it doesn't matter. But like podcasts, you kind of got to pay attention.
All right, I like where this is heading.
All right. We are almost there. Just drop the bead.
Lots of folks listen to audiobooks.
Audiobooks. I tried audiobooks. Maybe it was just the one I listened to it was great when I drove. But not driving.
I tried that book that you recommended to me ages ago. It was some creepy book about, I don't even remember.
It was a children's book too. It's called the Spook's Apprentice series.
Yeah,
I told you the whole series was like the darkness of probably like the Goblet of Fire. And you were like, okay.
And then I tried it and it was really friggin' scary. And I don't like
it's for kids too. It's not scary. Like, I don't like scary things and I don't think it's scary. It's not like
Better Than Night in the Haunted House, and I really didn't like whatever kept coming out of the door.
That part. But most of it is just like witches or like other things. I don't know. Hey, buddy. Somebody decided he was done sleeping in the closet.
Vanya says, I like this. She said, when I'm beading, I watch my series. If I'm sewing, I watch beading tutorials.
That's great. I
why,
watch
why don't
shows.
you watch any sewing tutorials?
I feel like sewing tutorials are only really helpful if it's showing you how to sew a specific thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know how applicable it is to like everything. Maybe there are new techniques. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I've been sewing for so long. I don't necessarily feel like sewing tutorials would help me.
I used to sew when I was really young. I took a couple sewing classes and I made like an apron and a teddy bear and I don't remember what else. I just remember all the projects feeling really hard. We're like, oh, you want to have pockets? Oh, double as hard. I was like, okay.
Oh, I feel like, well, it depends on what kind of pockets you add. And to what. I don't like the pockets that are on the outside because then you got to make sure they're not crooked. It's just too much work. But inseam pockets that make your hips look like the size of a balloon, so easy. One Christmas, I decided that I was going to make my entire family pajama pants, and I started them the week of Christmas.
Oh no! Oh god!
And I was able to finish everybody's by 4 in the morning Christmas Day, except for mine, which I never started. So
did everyone wear their matching Christmas pajamas?
No, because one of my sisters told me that they were too big for her butt, which they were not. She just thought her butt was smaller than it was. And she refused to wear them, and I don't think she ever wore them. So I was kind of offended. I'm actually kind of offended in retrospect. This was like 10 years ago, but I'm offended.
Did we just bring up therapy through our meeting today, Rachel?
I forgot about it, and now I'm mad. And I'm definitely probably, if I remember this by the end of the stream, gonna text her about it and be like, "Remember when I slaved over that pair of pajama pants for you, and you never wore them?"
Oh my gosh. Okay, so if you're just tuning in, we are making this double strand bracelet using these double drilled Red Creek jasper. You can use any double drilled gemstones. And then where our second project today is a pair of earrings, which maybe Rachel has nearby. Yes. Mm-hmm. And we'll be doing those next.
Okay, so I'm at the end of this. I'm going to string 5 beads back on. And Sam, you're Facebook friends with my boyfriend, right?
TBD? Why did you ask?
Can you message him to bring me my soda water?
Yes.
I asked him before the live even started. And then I ran to the bathroom right before, and as I was walking back to the room, he was like sitting there watching TV, and I'm like, oh, he'll probably just bring me my soda water in a minute.
Let's see, Samay. I don't know if I am. I searched Samay, nothing popped up.
Okay, never mind. We'll survive. I'll just be super thirsty. I have regular water here, but
I can't think of another way to yell at him.
I mean, he's just in the other room, but I'm not going to yell on here.
Shara said, just scream for him. It's okay.
Babe.
We need to hydrate Rachel Mallis.
I have regular water, but like for the lives, I don't know why. It doesn't do anything for me. I need my soda water. And I buy it plain, and then I add the lime myself because I don't like the flavor.
Fresh lime is so much better.
Yeah. I used to use the like lime that comes in the bottles that you can get at the store, and then we live in an area where limes are always on sale, so I just started. Also, why are limes so much cheaper than lemons? Like, honestly, I don't understand.
What are you paying in New York these days? Because sometimes those little markets have like the cheapest limes ever.
So they recently got more expensive, but before, like, the last time I went to the store before yesterday, they were $2 for 14 limes.
That's pretty good. 7 for $1.
Yeah, and now they are 7 for $2. So somebody messed up.
Yeah, I've been paying 2 for $1. In New York, there was one place I used to pay. I used to get 10 for $1.
Yeah.
That was in Hell's Kitchen, Manhattan. I was very impressed.
Lemons are like usually double the price though. And I get that they're a little bit bigger, but I still don't think it justifies them being double the price. Where are any of my pliers? I'm having trouble. These are not the pliers.
I don't understand how they come up with produce pricing just in general, because like it must just mostly be labor and just what they can charge for it. Because like, have you seen a lemon tree? Have you seen an apple tree? There are so many on that tree.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I honestly never really thought about the fact that lemons grew on trees, honestly. Yay!
Lemons.
You remembered.
What you talking shit?
Hi, Samang.
Did you hear him?
No.
He said, I heard you talking stuff. Thank you. Perfect. Okay, now we're at the end. And now we are going to get our chain or whatever. Or if you haven't decided how you're going to finish it, I can show you a way to... I'll show you on this side. Oh, I did it on chain on that side too. I like doing it on the chain because it doesn't slip through the... because then I don't think it's going to slip through like a crack or anything. But I'll show you... Well, I show you the other way I was talking about how to do it without crimping it directly to anything. And I'll show you that on the earrings because we do actually do that on the earrings. Let me just put these away because they're all up in my space. Okay. So I'm going to be using my magical crimping pliers. You can use normal crimping pliers. I didn't think I would love these, but I'm obsessed with them, and I never use my normal crimping pliers anymore. I don't like them.
Magical
just like
crimps
these
have
ones.
one out.
Now, I will say that for the magical crimps are made for medium wire.
Yeah.
So if you are doing a single strand on this, do not use these. Use a regular crimpers because it will not hold. I have tested it and I've like pulled it apart and you can pull them out of it. But if you are using 2 strands, it will hold just fine.
Because 2 fine strands, they kind of makes the equivalent of 4 strands essentially.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that equivalates to like 3 of the regular ones. I'm not sure. 3 medium strands. I have no idea. I just know that if you only have 1 fine strand, and so you basically have 2 strands going through the crimp bead, it won't hold. So you need like at least 3 or 4. So I'm going to go ahead and thread my crimp bead on. If I could stop dropping it, that would be great. And what time is it? 6:38. So I'm going to thread the chain through, and then we're going to thread both these strands back through the crimp bead. Come on, buddies. All right, bucko. Let's get going here. Come on. The problem is one of the strands that when I was trying to string on the emeralds, I bent it. And Softflex has a little bit of memory. And it remembers that I messed up. So it will never let me forget. Okay, so I've got them both through. I'm going to crimp it. And then I'm going to cut it. I don't thread them back through usually, especially on bracelets, because I find that they will poke out eventually. So with the magical crimping pliers, you have to make sure you center your crimp bead in there. You don't want to see it poking out, and you squish it. And then, is it Sarah Ellis who calls it a ravioli? Or is that somebody else? Okay.
Sarah Ayler of Softflex.
There's more than one Sarah, and I think I just realized that.
Rachel.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. I definitely thought that there was one Sarah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Sarah Ayler of Suffolk,
I'm
Sarah
so
Ellis
sorry,
of Sarah
Sarah's.
Ellis.
That explains so much confusion.
What other? There are other Sarahs too.
I thought, yeah, but I don't know. I'm usually working on something while I listen to like the classes that I'm not on. Or like the other day I'm very familiar with Sarah Ellis's face. I think did she used to do stuff with Jesse James
I'll tell
beads?
her. Sorry, what?
Oh, I added her on Facebook. I felt no shame and I did it. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut these wires really close. You just want to make sure that your crimp is all set before you do that, because you don't want them to slip out. Then you gotta fix it, and that's a whole nother ravioli. Okay. And you could do this one at a time. It's a little bit easier, but I did both of them. So I like to give it a little tug just to check it. And then I'm actually going to go through and just kind of push everything because I accidentally kind of pushed it a little bit. So you're just going to wiggle it on up there. I like these double drills because I can also use them to push the other beads. Come on, buddy. But what was I going to say? Yeah, did Sarah Ellis used to work for Jesse James?
Yeah, she was at Jesse James for at least a year.
Because I feel like I used to see that get shared in one of the groups I'm in like all the time. Or maybe it was in Jewelry 101 before they kicked me out for no reason.
You're still bitter about that one.
I'm mad about that. They kicked me out because I was trying to give beads away for free, even though I do classes with Sam, I don't work for Sam. Like I'm basically like an outside contractor. So it wasn't in any affiliation. It was literally me cleaning out my bead boxes and giving them away. And they said nothing to me and kicked me out of the group and blocked me.
You're gonna get me kicked out now.
Why am I gonna get you kicked out?
I don't know. Something's gonna happen.
Did you break a rule? I didn't break a rule, so maybe they will kick you out.
Oh God, Rachel, you are stirring drama that does not need to be stirred.
I'm sorry. Do you have an affiliation with Jewelry 101?
No, of course not. I just am perpetual warrior.
I'm gonna. They see how upset you are, so they'll just be mad at me. And what are they going to do? Block me again? Bring it, Jewelry 101. All I ever did was want to be a part of your community.
You actually were really helpful. I remember seeing you would.
I am very helpful. I love helping people. I mean, on your Sarah Ellis thing the other day, you literally didn't even ask me to come on, and I saw questions in the chat, and I'm like, "Where's Jesse? Oh, he's not here. I'll just answer this one. I'll answer this one too." I love knowing everything and letting people know that I know everything. So on the other side, I'm doing the exact same thing. Sorry to interrupt you. So if anyone has any pull at Jewelry 101, tell them I'm bitter. Thanks.
No, I like groups that don't have too many rules. There's not a lot of rules for gem chat.
I read every rule before I post something in a group. Every time. Whatever. Okay, so I'm doing the exact same thing to the other side. I put a little chain on here because sometimes it's easier for me to grip clasps when there's a little chain there instead of just beads. So like on this one, I just had 2 little links of chain. Rama says she's gonna join them just to say that to them. Rachel's very bitter.
Sometimes folks share this stream to Jewelry 101. So what if someone is in the group right now? That would be amazing.
That's fine. I didn't say anything that was untrue. And I never even said that I wouldn't join. I never said it was a bad group. I just said I'm mad that I got kicked out. I enjoyed being in there. I enjoyed helping people. I will say that I've helped people a lot less and had less time on Facebook, maybe since I left there. I don't know. Okay, so I've crimped the other side, and you'll see with the magical crimping pliers is basically what they do is they just turn your crimp into another bead. Sometimes I actually put a bead cap over that because I like how it looks, or then it covers up if I didn't do such a great job trimming my tails, it definitely covers that up too. So you can't even tell. Or if I had put, instead of bringing them back together, if I had two beads here, if I put the crimp cover on there, it kind of covers up some of the wire too. So it's totally design decisions, up to you. And then, and you definitely want to get a good pair of flush cutters for stringing. I love flush cutters. I got a new pair of flush cutters earlier this week and they're terrible. These are an old pair with lots of nicks in them. They're still going. They were like $7. So I want to get a really nice pair, but I'm scared that since I treat my cheap pair poorly, that I will also treat the nice pair poorly and forget that they're the nice pair. So I think I will just keep on with my cheap pair. So for the sake of time, I'm not going to show you finishing this because it's very simple. You'll just put whatever clasp you want to use on either end. And then on my end of extender strings, I love to put, just take like a little head pin and put accent beads, the same beads I use in the bracelet usually. We're going to move on to the earrings. They're very, very easy. So, what was I going to do with these? I was going to use these. These are more Red Creek. This strand of Red Creek had the most amazing, differences, like the most amazing, that's not the right word, like variations.
Yeah, variants. Probably.
So I'm gonna use, those are kind of big. We're not doing this again, Rachel. Are these smaller? Jeez Louise, Sam. I'm gonna use my labs, which I think are too light, but I'm gonna use them anyway because they're
it's
so
earrings
pretty.
Time. Everyone get excited. It's earrings time.
You think these look okay?
I love it.
They're flashy. They're the flashy ones you had. I'm obsessed with them.
What stone is that?
They're the 2.6 millimeter faceted round labs. They're pretty light.
That's Labrador?
Yeah.
It's so light. Oh,
I think it was strung on a dark string. But they're so pretty. They're so flashy. Okay, so this one, you're going to get for each earring 2 strands, 6 inches long of the fine soft flex again. And if you want to use a less long length, it's just going to shorten your loops right here. And I'm going to cut. Oh no, I'm at the end of my spool. It's a good thing there's another one that's going to be here from Sam on Tuesday.
Oh, really? You ordered another on my site?
I did.
Love that.
Sam, before you always knew what I ordered.
I know. I used to look at every single order that came through.
He'd be like, why did you order more rubies? You've ordered like 6 of them. I'm like, I feel bad for using them. I want more to hoard.
I see a lot more like the Facebook purchases, but now that people are shopping on the website more these days, I don't see those as much.
See what? One more time, I'm sorry.
Wait, you must have gotten that on the website because I don't think the soft flex was as in posted.
I did get it on the website because
we got Rachel to shop the website. Oh my goodness.
It's actually easier. Comments sold fix something. It's easier to get to the website from your phone now.
Oh, good. Also,
Before it was impossible.
Now you can search Sam's Bead Shop on Google and the website pops up again.
It's just samsbeadshop.com.
This is true.
But I also, like with a computer that actually works, I'm on my computer a lot more now. So on New Bead Sundays, a lot of the time, I'll look back through the shop if I feel like I haven't spent enough money and see if I need anything. But I also knew I was running out of the fine soft flex, even though I have the soft touch, which I could use too. So I've got my 2 strands and I've got them folded over. You want them like pretty much exactly in half. And I'm going to thread my crimp bead onto all 4 of these strands. This one, I wouldn't slip them down a little bit because you do want it to stay pretty much in half. So just slide the crimp bead on there. And then this, I sometimes use this technique when finishing like necklaces and bracelets too, if I haven't decided how I want to finish it. It's okay if they're not exactly in half as you're pushing it down. You just want them to be kind of in half. So instead of looping it onto something, I'm just going to put, these are some, I finally got like 2 millimeter bail making pliers, but I haven't really used them. I'm too used to my regular pliers. But basically, you can use your round nose pliers too for this. You're just going to push the crimp bead down as far as it will go. And this is just going to leave you an open loop so you can hang your ear wires from it later. I don't like to work with my ear wires on earrings until the end. I think it's a little bit harder to work with. So I've got that on there. And you want to make sure you have enough space to get this in the middle. You can always wiggle your crimp bead. And I'm just going to crimp, make my ravioli. Oh, I hear a dog. I've never heard a dog next door. Where'd that dog come from? I love cats. They're so quiet. People come in, they don't bark, they just hide. All right, perfect. So I've got my crimp done. See? Nice and cute. Oh, that one is the most perfect one I've ever done.
I know. I was looking at it. How did you do that? Because every time mine have like all my practice ones so far, I get like I get my ball and then there's like a little piece next to the ball, like sticking out.
That means that you didn't center it the whole time.
Well, that's annoying. It feels centered.
Yeah, I got nothing for you. I'm not an expert on the magical crimping pliers. You would need to ask Sarah Ayler. What does that sound? What are you doing, Marauder? Okay, so then at this point, I'm gonna thread one of my beads on each strand. And you can play around with this number. This is just, I'm showing you how exactly I did mine. I feel like I always say this, but I'm just showing you the technique. You can do whatever you want with it. If you want to go bananas with it, you go bananas. If you want to thread actual banana peel on here,
for all my mom's cooking classes, she always says, I used to help her with them, so I heard this so many times. She said, my recipes are tools, they are not rules. And I feel like that actually applies here.
I feel like the only thing, with jewelry, you can do that. With sewing, maybe not. But actually,
you could do whatever you want.
No, I alter sewing patterns, so I'm like, yeah, this needs a pocket. Or yeah, why would they make a sleeve like this? I cannot see the holes. See, I'm becoming an old lady. My uncle's an eye surgeon. I wonder if he does LASIK. I should ask him. I can't see. I want LASIK so bad, but my only thing is I cook with a lot of onions. And when you wear contacts and cut onions, it doesn't bother your eyes. So I'm afraid if I got I know if I got LASIK, then I wouldn't be wearing contacts anymore. And I would have to cry while I cut onions. And I just don't know if I'm willing to give that up.
Or you just be really cool like me and wear goggles.
Karen's like, do you want my glasses? I have very strong glasses. I have the worst eyesight in my entire family. I used to be able to see up close really well. So anyway, we're going to just push these down and then I'm going to thread my bead on there. My ends are not exactly even. It'll be okay though. We'll figure it out. It doesn't have to be perfect. Nobody's buying handmade jewelry because it's perfect. They're buying it to support the artist, and they're buying it because nobody else will have it.
This is true.
Okay, so I've got it up here. Now for this, if you are only doing 4 beads at the top part, you really don't want to go a whole lot bigger than 3 millimeter. If you're going to go bigger than that, I would maybe use more beads. So at this point, we are going to string a crimp bead on each side. How are we on time? We're pretty close. We're almost done with this. We're going to string a crimp bead on each side. And then you string however many beads you want on one side. So, one side of strands. So I'm going to do...
Can you hear that party outside my house?
Maybe. But there's also one going outside my house, so city living.
Wow, I think they're just parked out there at this point.
They like to plug an amp into a car and then leave it on my street, and it shakes the walls. All right. Ooh, these are so pretty, labradorites. I saw something the other day that made me say I was pronouncing labradorite wrong, but I don't remember how it was, so I'm just going to keep pronouncing it wrong. Okay, so at this point, I've got my beads on one side, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these two strands, and I'm going to thread them back through the crimp bead on the other side. And you want to make sure that they go in the hole, because then you know that they're definitely through that crimp bead. Why are you fighting me? Why are we fighting right now? There we go. And a way that you'll know they're definitely in there is they'll poke out the other end. So what you want to do is kind of pull them. You see how they're poking out? You want to pull them until they're not really doing that anymore. That's not our goal, to have them poking out that side. All right, buddy. Okay. Nope. Please move. Thank you. Okay. A lot more children out than I've heard in a long time.
I'm so scared to unmute. It's so loud.
I mean, I don't hear anything right now. Okay, so at this point, also, you see how this part's gotten kind of loose, so I'm going to pull that. I do want to make sure the side that I'm about to crimp is tight. So I'm going to take my pliers, and you're going to have to wiggle your crimp bead a little bit away from the edge of the bead, because otherwise you're not going to be able to center it. And this is a little bit of a trickier crimp right here, just because of where it's at. Here we go. Okay, so that's one side. And then we're going to do the exact same thing to the other side. And it doesn't really matter. You don't have to replicate the same amount of beads because they're all going on different strands. So I would just remember so that you do it on the other one too. The other earring, that is.
Look like they're glowing.
They are beautiful.
Are those the ones I still have on my site, I think? Let's see.
Maybe.
Are those like let's see what I got here. 2.6 millimeter? They look like they might be those.
Yeah, they are 2.6 millimeter.
All right, I still have more if anyone wants them.
They're so flashy, it is insane. I honestly was surprised that they were not like dyed or anything.
Oh.
They're really light, but they're so flashy. They look like moonstones.
They're also only $7.95 a strand, so definitely.
They were steel. Leave me a strand, please, guys.
I could put one in your cart. Are you running low, Rachel?
No. No, I'm not, but I don't want to be running low. Why can't I? I've gotten through this whole project and now suddenly I can't thread beads on anymore.
Elsa and dang it. Elsa and Anna are trying to help, but not really not helping.
What are you talking about?
Your Band-Aid, Rachel.
Oh.
Elsa and Anna are on your finger.
They're in the way. They're in the way. Yeah, I have frozen Band-Aids. I'm an adult with frozen Band-Aids. Fight me. What? The last bead. Come on, get on there. Okay, perfect. Okay. So I'm going to thread them through the other side, but first I'm going to actually pull this bead around, number one, because that's going to be in our way. And then I'm going to pull this up so this side is tight too. And the reason I didn't super do that before is because it wouldn't have really done anything until I was done threading this through. But now that one side is secure, we are good to go. Come on. There we go. And I see them poking out the other side, so I'm going to pull them a little bit back. I like them to be poking out the other side because I feel like That way I know for sure. And you might have to tug down your side again. That they are in where they're supposed to be. Okay, it's giving me problems today. Come on, buddy. Today, Sam, we were walking home from the laundromat and I fell in a pothole and twisted my ankle.
No.
Yeah.
Rachel.
And we have this group chat at work and I'm like, so I fell in a pothole today. I was not looking where I was going. I'm sure none of you are surprised. So I'll let you know if I can walk tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, Rachel.
I think I'm gonna test it tomorrow, and I just one day. What?
Sometimes I feel like you're just a menace to yourself.
I know. All right, and there we go. So then we just do the same thing in the other one.
Did you see Shira's comment?
We need to wrap you in bubble wrap, probably. I walk and do a lot of things. I've fallen down the stairs at the subway before.
Oh, good God.
I fall up the stairs a lot, especially in like long skirts or dresses or pajama pants with wide legs. I definitely fall a lot. I
don't mean to laugh at you, but
with how clumsy I am, you'd be like so surprised that anybody lets me near like a knife in the kitchen. Okay. So the nice thing about threading it back up through here also is that we don't have to clip anything. And then I'm just gonna take your wire. And do you want me to do the other one? Do we have?
I think we should probably wrap it up. If you want to show it to us, then. But no,
so is that a yes or a no?
That was a no.
Okay, cool.
I think we're out of time. But
it's very easy, and this broadcast will be available immediately after, so you can rewind and watch that again. You can watch me struggle again to thread beads on, or if you're on YouTube, you can speed it up 1.5 times fast, which is what I do with most videos on YouTube.
Smart.
But yeah, so here's this, and then here is our bracelet that we did, sans clasp.
I love that.
Sam has, if you go to, can we make it all of us again? Yes.
Yeah.
Sam has some of these on the website. He's going to have, he has some in the albums on VIP that you can sign up for the waiting list. And there's also some that's going to be on New Bead Sunday, right? You're muted, Sam.
Here are the three I have. Here are the three I have right now.
So yeah, and I'm if everyone's really excited about them,
no, I have to restock them, and then Rachel will have to make more designs with them.
Yes. Oh, next week I'm doing another design with them. I'm not sure if I like the earrings I did with them yet, but this is the bracelet, and it's wire work.
Ooh, look at the colors.
So I was inspired by this necklace. The links, I was inspired by this necklace my mom had given me from Egypt. That was really cool. So we're going to make the links, and this is only using 20 gauge wire. So it's going to be very easy.
I love it.
It's a little finicky I think I might change up the ends, but I'll definitely post.
We're going to get really good simple wraps, simple loops next week.
Yes, we're going to get really good at these loops. It's so funny. I find these were the first loop I ever learned how to make. And it's so interesting to me that I've come to find that most people can only do the wrapped loops. They can't do these. And I think a lot of it comes down to how good you are at eyeballing length of wire when you fold it over.
Right. Yeah. I can't
do
a simple loop. I can only do a wrapped loop.
So we're going to do simple loops next week, and you're going to get real good at them. I like them because it's easier to control how long your link is going to be, because with wrap loops, sometimes I feel like my wraps are not always the same amount on each side. But these also I like because you can use them like jump rings. You could use jump rings in this design. I tend not to use a lot of jump rings because I don't always want the visual space they add.
Right.
But I think this looks so fun. It's got such a fun vibe to it.
Well, I'm excited to do that with you next week. So that class will be 1 week from today. That's like May 7th, I want to say, and at 3 p.m. Pacific. So definitely come join us next week.
Yes.
And if you're not on the text list, you should definitely be on the text list because that's how I set reminders.
Can we go back to our faces?
Of course, Rachel.
I don't remember how to do it.
I think
since you're telling people that. So if you made anything during this live, or if you make anything from the live, please post it over in the gem chat. We love to see it.
I got you with the link. There we go.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like our favorite thing to see what people make from the class.
I love seeing how many people make it. Yeah. It's
very fun. So definitely share away in gem chat. If you're making anything with the April Sam's Bead box, definitely share in gem chat to enter the monthly giveaway. I don't think I announced. I might announce the winner right now because I already applied the credit. Amelia Kelly, who is here on the screen right now, won the March drawing for the Sam's Bead box. So all you have to do each month is to enter is to post.
All you have to do is make something. It's not a contest.
Nope. And then use the hashtag Sam's Bead Box and then the month. So like this month will be Sam's Bead Box April 2021. And then that will enter you into the April drawing, which I'll draw like mid-May. So definitely post away. A lot of people are making with the April box. It's really exciting.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see what's in the May box too. I used a lot of my April box. So much of it.
Yeah, you've been making a lot with it. I love it.
This was from something else from it somewhere around here.
Cool.
You only see part of my table. The rest is in shambles.
So I have to go head to the office and assemble the rest. Maybe it's Sunday. So I will see hopefully many of you tomorrow morning in Sam's Bead Shop VIP.
Thank you for being here. Thanks for watching me struggle.
I hope you enjoyed today's chill class.
Yes.
We've got one more double drill class next week, and I think that's all the news for now.
Yeah, if double drills are a hit, I'll have to do a necklace class.
Well, I wonder
because I was thinking about that because necklaces, if you put them side by side, they're not going to lay the same way as a bracelet. You're going to have to like space them out. So I was thinking like Cleopatra collar.
I like where this is going.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Everyone have a great week. Join us for a New Bead Sunday if you want. Otherwise, we do other stuff. So
yeah, classes each week and live sales each Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna start up the concert series.
Bring Britt back.
Oh, I've been talking to Britt.
I listened to all of her YouTube videos yesterday.
Isn't she fantastic?
She's so good.
Alrighty, signing off.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
So good to bead with you all.
Thank you.
Yeah, heck yeah. Alrighty.